Hi guys, welcome back to another Hand Sealer art video. Today's video is all about NFTs. Lately I've been posting quite a lot about NFTs on my Instagram and my TikTok, and I've received so many questions all about NFTs and the platform that I'm minting my NFTs on, and the gas fees and my wallet and the blockchains and so on and so on and so on. So I was like, okay, let me just make a video so I can answer all the questions that I've received and you guys can learn a bit more about NFTs as well. Please know I'm in no way an expert on NFTs. I'm very new to the crypto art world. I've learned pretty much anything and everything I know about NFTs from watching a bunch of YouTube videos over the last couple of months. So I'm in no way an expert, but this is going to be sort of my understanding of NFTs, my experience with NFTs, and kind of just how to get started, and just bits of information that kind of stood out to me that hopefully will help you when you start your NFT journey. Even if you're not looking to release your own NFTs, if you're looking to buy or sell, or just know what NFTs are about, this will be kind of that video. I've never been a crypto person, so I don't know much about crypto at all. So this video is not going to be like super crypto talk. It'll kind of be words that, you know, normal non-crypto people can understand. So I'm going to be answering a whole bunch of questions that I've been asked on my social media platforms, because I've gotten so many and I don't want to keep repeating this over and over and over again to every person, so I'm just making this video to make it a lot simpler. So I'm going to be answering a bunch of the most common questions that I've been asked. If I miss any, or if you want to know anything else, or if you're unsure on something, ask me in the comments and I'll try to reply as best as possible. So with all of that in mind, let's start the video. I also do apologize for the audio. My microphone either broke or the battery died, one of the two, and I don't have a replacement battery right now on me, so I can't see if it's a battery or not. So I'm filming without a microphone today, so hopefully you guys can hear me fine, but anyway, let's go. So what is an NFT? Well, basically an NFT is a non-fungible token, and in super simple non-crypto language is an asset, predominantly a digital asset, that can be bought and sold and traded and exchanged, but it's non-fungible, which means that it is never going to be equal to something else, because it is the only original, the only one of those digital or physical assets. So if you think of Bitcoin, for example, if I have one Bitcoin and if you have one Bitcoin, we both have one Bitcoin, and that is at the same value. So whether we swap our Bitcoins, we still both have one Bitcoin. But if I have one NFT and you have one NFT and we decide to swap them, they're not going to be valued at the same amount. They will never be valued at the same amount, because there's only one of each. It is the only true, authentic, original piece. So my understanding with NFTs is, if you have an NFT and if you want to sell your NFT to someone and you mint it on a site like SoulSea or OpenSea, for example, it basically means that you have the sort of proof of ownership, and when someone buys your NFT, although you're the creator, they then become the owner. It's all linked on the blockchain. It shows the proof of ownership basically. So it's kind of like an authentication receipt per se, that you are the official owner of this asset. So hopefully that makes sense. So why did I get involved in NFTs? So this is something that I've heard in conversation a lot over the past couple of months, and it's something that I have wanted to get involved in, but I have no crypto knowledge and I had no idea how or what or where or when to start with all of this. But I still wanted to get involved because it's something different. I really wanted to learn something new and also wanted to experiment. But that kind of comes in with the experiment part. I didn't necessarily want to spend a ton of money, and NFTs and gas fees and minting fees can be very expensive, especially on Ethereum, which is the OpenSea blockchain. So we'll get to that later, but I'm not minting my NFTs on OpenSea. I'm minting mine on SoulSea, which is under the Solana blockchain and uses the Sol currency. So yeah, I mainly just wanted to experiment, to try something new, to open myself up to a new art community, to learn about crypto art and crypto, because when I was setting up my wallet and stuff, I kind of had to understand a bit of crypto stuff, which was completely new and scary, but I did it, so it's exciting. But anyway, let's move on. So where am I selling my NFTs? So as I mentioned earlier, I am minting and listing my NFTs on SoulSea. Also quickly, to mint something basically means to upload it, and then to list it is kind of to like publish it, if that makes sense. So I chose the Solana blockchain over the Ethereum blockchain, and there's a couple of reasons for this. The first one is because the Solana blockchain is much cheaper, like much cheaper than the Ethereum blockchain. And because I'm just experimenting and trying this out, I didn't want to have to fork out hundreds of US dollars just to try something out. I was like, ooh, no, thank you. So that's why the Solana one sort of caught my eye a lot, because the minting fees, the listing fees, and the gas fees, and the delisting fees, if you want to do that, are super, super low. Like, it's like, how much? Like, it's a couple of cents, US dollar cents, not South African rand cents, but it's still super, super low. I think to create my collection, to mint an NFT, to pay the gas fee, to list that NFT, I paid around about $3 US per NFT that I upload, basically, which is nothing. When you compare that to Ethereum, you can pay up to $150 US in just your gas fee. That's not even, that's just your gas fee. And I was like, oh no, that's a lot of money, so we're not going to do that. So that was the main reason that I chose Solana over Ethereum. So I'm actually going to list an NFT to show you guys exactly what the fees are. So you go to create NFT, you fill in all the details and information that need to be filled in. Don't make any typos because you can't change it. Then you click mint NFT. So now it's uploading the mint and my Phantom wallet will pop up, and you can see over here it says 0.00013 SOL. So that is that fee. Then it uploads and then you have to pay the minting fee, so it's 0.00001 SOL. Apparently, depending on your file size, the fees can change, but they're still super cheap. And it says congratulations. So we're going to click see my mint, and there it is. Nice and loaded, perfecto. So now we're going to go back to my wallet, NFTs in my wallet, there it is, and now we want to list it. So we click list, and I'm just going to set this at 0.6 SOL, and I click list, and then again my Phantom wallet will pop up, and it says 0.00408 SOL for the listing fee, and boom. So now we're going to reload our wallet, because it's not in our listed ones, and there we go. Helium head number 11. Another reason is because it's way newer. So OpenSea's been around for a while. SolSea only, I think, released in September of 2021. So that's the NFT marketplace that I'm selling on. And Solana's only been around for about a year, maybe a year and a half, going on 2 years. So it's still really young. And in my opinion, there's a lot of potential for it to grow. And kind of like getting into this one at a sort of a younger age, I thought, you know, this would be quite cool. Yeah, I just thought it'd be really difficult to go in on OpenSea because it's like kind of older and established and there's so many creators on there. I wasn't sure if it was going to be difficult to sort of stand out, you know. Because it's smaller, I also thought there was more room for me to be able to experiment and see what works and what doesn't work, and I won't have to pay a ton of money experimenting. Another thing, so I'm not really clued up on blockchains and that stuff too much, and I'm not going to pretend to know much about it. I know enough to understand in conversation what's what. But another reason is I read an article that Solana uses something called proof of stake, or like a proof of stake method, whereas the Ethereum uses a proof of work method or system, one of the two. Basically what that means is the proof of stake uses a lot less energy and is more environmentally friendly to run than the proof of work method, which is what Ethereum uses. So basically Solana is more environmentally friendly, and so obviously that stood out to me quite a bit. Again, I don't know too much about that, so I have linked an article or two in the description of this video, so if you want to read up more about that and how much energy each of them use and whatnot, please visit the links in my description. They can probably explain it better than I can. So another thing, with regards to wallets, I use the Phantom wallet because that allows Solana to go in and out of it. And why did I choose the Phantom wallet? Well, pretty much every creator that I've seen that uses SolSea or Solana has got the Phantom wallet. It's the most trustworthy apparently, and yeah, everyone kind of seems to use that one because apparently it's the best one, and I haven't had any issues with it and it works really well. So yeah, Phantom wallet it is. So how did I set up my wallet, my Phantom wallet? I had a lot of questions about this and how to get my money into my wallet to be able to mint my first NFTs. So long story short, I tried two methods. The first one was a bit confusing and I don't want to go that route again, but hey, let me give you my knowledge so you don't have to go that route. So the first method I tried was setting up an FTX account. So FTX is basically like a currency conversion website, and they're cool, but that's more for like trading currencies. I didn't really want to trade my currencies. I just wanted to get my euros, convert my euros into Solana coins or tokens, and then take the tokens, the Solana, put that into my wallet, and then from my wallet I can mint my NFT. That's all I wanted to do. And it was so confusing because, okay, either you can do a wire transfer, but my wire transfer wasn't really working from my European account, so I was like, oh my gosh. So I just did a card deposit, which was so much easier. But, problem, card deposits, you put your card deposit in, from my euros to my US dollars, I get US dollars. Then I've got to convert my US dollars to Solana. And then, only after 7 days, which is when my credit card payment clears, so you have to wait 7 days, then I could take the Solana out, move the Solana to my Phantom wallet, and then boom, I've got money in my Phantom wallet. But I didn't want to have to wait 7 days every time I wanted to put money in my wallet. I was like, oh my goodness. So it worked, but I never did that again. Because then I went online a couple of days later, and I saw that MoonPay had teamed up with Phantom, and you can now pay directly with MoonPay from your Phantom wallet on SolSea, which I was like, okay, this is amazing, great, totally, yes, let's do it. So I tried, and wow, I was shook. It was like so quick and easy. Basically what you do is, if you are in your Phantom wallet, it'll say on the side there to deposit, so you click deposit. You can either deposit from FTX.US, obviously I had a .com because I'm not in the US, or you can pay with MoonPay, which I was like, oh, this is cool. So basically with MoonPay, you put your email address in and you can pay with a credit card. There's a 5% fee that you pay. I would much rather just pay the 5% than have to go through all the waiting 7 days and then clearing and converting and then changing and then depositing, and oh my goodness with the FTX. So I was like, no, let me just pay the 5%. So just quickly, let's talk about the Phantom wallet. The Phantom wallet you can download and you can use it on Chrome or Firefox. I'm using mine on Firefox, and it's an extension that you can just download. If you come into your Phantom wallet, which comes up in the top right hand corner here, so if you click deposit, you can either buy with MoonPay or transfer from XTX. This is the US FTX though, and please note, if you buy with MoonPay, you have to deposit a minimum of $70 US. So this will take you straight to the MoonPay site where you can deposit MoonPay. Obviously I don't want to deposit anything at the moment because I've got funds in my wallet. Also, your funds will fluctuate depending on the currency stuff. So these will go up and down. This is the collectibles. My collectibles in my wallet, I currently have one, which is one of the NFTs that I minted. That's actually my first Helium Head one, so that's a special one. So I could do a credit card deposit straight from my Phantom wallet through MoonPay, super quick and easy, and the funds were in my wallet in like 4 minutes, start to finish. I was like, this is amazing. What? Like, so good, so good. Also, something to note with both FTX and MoonPay, you have to show proof of identification. So you do have to provide either, you know, a picture of your passport, your ID, or your driver's license, and then they also do like a biometric scan of your face to like make sure it lines up. FTX, you have to be double verified. MoonPay, you just have to be single verified, but you have to provide that information. But yeah, so that is how I got money into my Phantom wallet with 2 methods. When you want to do your NFTs, you have to have a Phantom wallet, or any wallet. If you're on the Ethereum blockchain, you would use a different wallet because Phantom can't go on Ethereum blockchain, I don't think. So basically, the bare necessities is you need a wallet, so set up a wallet. Then you need to get funds into your wallet, so use FTX or use MoonPay, or I don't know, there's probably a whole bunch of other ones, but those are the 2 that I use. You do need funds because you have to pay a fee to actually mint, which is like to upload your NFT, the gas fee, which is sort of like a fee, it's like a cost for running the blockchain, running the software, running programs or whatever. That's what the gas fee is. It's kind of like the cost to keep things going. And you have to pay like a fee to list it. So like you'll mint it and it'll sit in your wallet, and then you will list it from your wallet, list it, and then it'll upload, and then it will be available to be bought by someone. So what you need is the wallet, you need some funds in the wallet. And then what you do, I suggest if you want to make a collection, I suggest making the collection first, because if you upload a bunch of single NFTs, you cannot put them into a collection. But if you create a collection first and then upload the NFTs into the collection, that will work and they will all be in the collection. The first step that I did, I created an account with Solsea, and then from there I created a collection. So I named my Helium Heads collection, and there was a small fee that I paid to actually create this collection. So it used the funds in my wallet, and then I started to upload or mint my NFTs. Just note, when you do mint your NFTs, the first couple of things are very important. They're all stored on the blockchain. You cannot change them, so make sure you don't have any spelling errors or typo errors or anything like that, because you won't be able to change it. Yeah. Okay, so moving on, I created my collection and then I started minting my NFTs. So if you want to create a collection, you come to collection and you can put in the title, the description. Know that these, look here, it will tell you that this description will be stored on the blockchain. Once you create a collection, you cannot edit the short description. You can edit this description, but you can't edit the title, you can't edit the short description, because that is literally locked into the blockchain. And then you can upload different headers and whatnot, whatever you want, and tags. If you just want to create an NFT, so if you've created a collection and you've had it verified or whatnot and you want to start making some NFTs, this is where you will do it. But again, over here, make sure all the information is correct, because you cannot edit your minted NFT. So you can put in all the information, you can do about your royalties, your different tags. I mean, there's a whole bunch of tags here that you can choose from. You can choose more than one tag. The licenses, so there's 4 different licenses to choose from, and there's also a little write-up that they give you if you want to look at what other licenses you want to do. You can see which collection you want to put it in, and then also just different traits that your NFT has. If we go to explore our NFTs, if I type in helium, because obviously all of my NFTs have the word helium in it, it'll bring up my NFTs first, yay, which is kind of cool. If I go to explore collections, if I type in helium, again it'll bring up my collection, Helium Heads, and if I click on it, here it is, my thing. So it's got listed, so that's how many I've got listed currently. Obviously 2 of them bought, so there would be 10, but there's only 8. The floor is the cheapest one in your collection, if I'm correct, but it makes sense because that one is the cheapest one in my collection. I uploaded my first few NFTs, and then I got my account verified. You can apparently try get it verified before you start uploading, but it didn't really give me that option to do that on Solsea, so I uploaded like 4 or 5 NFTs and then I requested verification. So basically what verification is and how it works, you supply the marketplace, so for me it's Solsea. I supplied them with my original Photoshop files with all my layers to prove that I'm the creator of the work and the work belongs to me. I also had to supply a bunch of screenshots of my native files, so my Photoshop files, put that all into a Google Drive link and then supply that link in my application to be verified. If you want to be verified on Solsea, you have to have a minimum of at least 1,000 Twitter followers, 1,000 Instagram followers, or you have to have a minimum of 1,000 community members in Discord. So I have plus 3,000 Instagram followers, so for me, thankfully, that made it quite quick and easy. And from start to finish, it took me less than 24 hours to get verified, which is really awesome because I've seen quite a few people have applied to get verified and it can take weeks or even months for them to get verified. So I was really lucky that that happened really quickly and effectively. It's nice to be verified because it basically proves that you're not a scam, and Solsea has approved that you own the work. You've shown them proof that you own the work, so you're more likely to get more buyers because you're legit. And also I found if you're verified, they're often, like if you're searching for NFTs or collections, they always bring up the verified ones first. Obviously they would want to push out a verified collection or NFT because they're legit, so yeah, it appears a lot easier or more in the search as well, so that's really nice. So yeah, those are all the things to get verified and why it's important, and just some things that you need to know if you want to get verified. Okay, so some pointers that I wanted to bring awareness to. The first one, when I was uploading my first few NFTs, there was an issue with, so basically I would mint them and then it'll be like view your mint, and I click on it and then it was just like blank. And I was like, oh no. All the information's there but the visual wasn't showing. So I went into my wallet and it was there in my wallet but the visual wasn't showing. So I let it load for 10, 15, 20 minutes and then the visual popped up and then I could list my NFT that way. First time I tried it and I was like, okay, well it's in my wallet, like I can just list it. And I tried to list it, but because there was no image, I paid the fee to list it and then it didn't appear. Because obviously, I don't know, there was some issue with Arweave or Arweave, whatever they are. So it's not a Phantom wallet issue, it's not a SolSea issue, apparently it's the Arweave or Arweave, I don't know what it is, but it's their issue. So if that happens to you, wait for the image to appear in your wallet and then just list it after the image appears. You might just have to sit for 10-15 minutes and wait for it. So I mean, it's not a train smash, although that only happened the one day, so I think it was down that day or there was a bug or something, but they fixed it and it's been updated and I haven't had that issue again. So yeah, but in case it happens, now you know. So another pointer, when you mint your NFT, it is going to appear in your wallet under your collectibles, and then you click on it in your wallet there and then you can list it. Once you've minted it or listed anything, always just click reload your wallet and it'll sort of just refresh your wallet and then you can see where it's been listed and whatnot. I didn't know that you had to like do that and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't loading. And I was like, oh wait, let me just reload my wallet. And I'm like, oh gosh, why didn't I think of that? It's just like a refresh button. Anyway, so figured that one out. This is my wallet. This is where you can reload your wallet, which basically kind of just refreshes it, and so all my listed ones will be here. All the ones in my wallet will be here. This is what I mean by when there is an issue where the image doesn't shine through and then I minted it and then it didn't come through. So it's currently just sitting here. Then if we go into my history, these are the 2 NFTs that are sold. So it's got my seller address, the buyer address, and then the date that it was bought, and then obviously the NFT. So this is it here. One other thing that I wanted to say was, on the Solana blockchain there are obviously a bunch of different NFT marketplaces. So the one that I mint my NFTs on is called SolSea. There are other big ones. I found an article that sort of mentioned the big 3. The big 3 are SolSea, Solana Art, and Digital Eyes Market. So those are the 3 that I've seen that are more popular on the Solana blockchain. So if you want to check those out, then yeah, be my guest. But I'm just sticking to SolSea for now while I'm sort of getting used to all of this and figuring out how it all works. Yeah, I was nervous because I didn't know if I was going to sell an NFT or not. I had no idea. This was all just one big experiment. I've never been in crypto or crypto art or anything like that, and yeah, it was exciting, but it was kind of nerve-wracking. But my fears were completely dissolved when I did make my first 2 sales, and I uploaded these 2 NFTs the one night, and literally that same night, so I uploaded them in like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then that night, so I woke up the next morning and 2 of them were missing, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're missing, where are they? Like, they haven't loaded. I couldn't see them and I was like, oh my gosh, they're gone. I was like, okay, either there's an issue or they've been bought. And I was like, oh. So I opened my laptop, boom, right there, the money was in my wallet, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Anyway, so yeah, that's how I got my first 2 NFTs sold, and there was sold in 24 hours. I couldn't believe it. I was so stoked. I don't know if that's the same buyer or not, but if you are the buyer or buyers of those 2 Helium Head NFTs, it was Helium Head number 7 and Helium Head number 8 that have been sold. So if you own them, welcome to the Helium Head bunch, and I'm super happy and excited. And yeah, so after I got the first 2 sales, I was like, you know what, this is actually really epic. Like, you know, I didn't know much about this and I just took a leap and I experimented and it worked. So I'm really stoked. The thing that I was sort of confused about was pricing though, because you do have to price your artwork, and obviously we deal in the currency SOL, and I think it's roughly like $230 for 1 SOL. So you deal with like strange maths, because you could go like a 0.0 or 0.6 or 0. Whatever. I am the worst person in the world to talk about maths stuff, so it's very confusing. I sent my brother a WhatsApp message and I was like, is this number bigger or smaller than this number? And they were like decimal points. And I was like, I don't know which is bigger or smaller. It was so confusing, but I figured it out. I googled. Anyway, yeah, so bear in mind, the pricing thing was something to get my head around. Oh, and the royalties, so the artist royalties. So obviously being the creator, if someone buys my NFT and wants to resell it, I obviously want to still make a cut off of that as a creator. But you know, you don't want to be greedy and make it like 50% or 30% or 20%, because that's quite like steep in my opinion, completely in my opinion though. So I just put royalties of 5% on my NFTs because that seemed, you know, fair. I thought 10% might be a little high, but I don't know what's right or what's wrong. And like I said, this is an experiment. We're seeing what works, what doesn't work. Another thing is the licenses. So on Solsea you have 4 different licenses to choose from. I sort of toggle between 2 of them because I don't know which one kind of that I want to stick with at the moment. Again, like I said, experiment, let's just try stuff while we can. So yeah, but all of them are, the ones that I choose are non-commercial. So yeah, those are my sort of tips and tricks and pointers for starting out in NFTs for non-crypto people that know nothing about crypto or wallets or blockchains or. But if I can do it, you guys could do it as well. There was something else that I wanted to talk about that I did not write in my notes, literally. These are my notes. Oh, I remember. So, NFTs. When it comes to buying and selling of NFTs, basically, because they're digital assets, it's kind of like cryptocurrencies in a sense, where you'll buy and sell and trade these different currencies in hopes that, you know, you'll gain money from them. So people invest in NFTs, they're very much an investment because they become, what's the word? I'm not good at crypto language. They become more valuable the more they grow. I'm so bad at this, like economics and stuff is not my strong point. For example, if you look at Metaverse or Bored Apes or CryptoPunks, all of those are worth so much money now because it's part of like a whole community and like a club. So if you buy one, it's only going to increase in value. So people will buy NFTs with the thoughts that it is going to increase in value the more the community grows. So that is something what buyers usually look for when they buy NFTs, is something they can invest in, something that's going to grow, something that's going to be worth more in, you know, 5-10 years time. Obviously not all buyers look for that. Some people see something cool and they're like, oh my gosh, this relates to me, resonates so well, I want to own that. That is perfectly fine as well, but personally I find a lot of the crypto community is all about these assets that can grow, and I keep saying the word grow, but I can't think of the correct word, but yeah, it's basically like the investment gets better. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of, I guess, what lots of people do look for. And yeah, so that's kind of like my sort of brain fart on NFTs and that sort of stuff. Again, like I said, I am not an expert. I am very new to the crypto world. I mean, I've sold 2 NFTs. Yay. But yeah, that's the extent of the knowledge that I know as a complete non-crypto person that's just entered the NFT world. You know, entering this whole NFT crypto world and seeing and finding other women in NFTs, like, it's really cool and inspiring. And it's something that I enjoy being part of. The community is amazing. I'm on some Discord channels, and yeah, Twitter, I went back onto Twitter after years. So if you like Twitter, my Twitter, my Instagram and my TikTok are all at Han_Seela or linked somewhere here. And yeah, so follow me there to get updates and to see more about my NFTs that I'm going to be releasing. And yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something insightful and you kind of know more about my thinking towards NFTs, and you can learn something about NFTs. If you have any questions that I haven't answered, drop them in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them. Last thing, if you want to check out my collection, helium heads on Solsea, I've also linked it in the description and you can check it out there, see what I've got listed. Thank you to all the people that sent me all sorts of messages and questions and stuff regarding NFTs. It makes me so happy that you also want to get involved or like know about them or just learn something new. Yeah, it's really cool. Let's learn NFTs together. And yeah, I think that's about it. Anyway, have a great day, or not, wherever you are in the world, and yeah, I will see you soon. Bye!